The importance of therapeutic conversation in midwifery practice. Communication is a combination of verbal and nonverbal behaviors integrated for the purpose of sharing information. Within a midwife and client's relationship, an exchange of information between two individuals also carries a message about how to interpret the communication. Effective communication is vital to midwives when creating and nurturing a satisfactory interpersonal relationship with clients and families that will be beneficial to both parties. Good communication skills can drastically change clients' experience and life itself. A therapeutic conversation between a midwife and client is exclusive. The diversity of personalities of clients become an indication to a midwife in choosing the right approach to their clients. A success therapeutic conversation may bring about fascinating changes to a person's life. A therapeutic communication is considered as active and dynamic process encountered by a midwife and clients, particularly in the process of identifying health-related goals. Therapeutic communications works as a treatment for persons in need. Effective communication with clients can help to develop therapeutic interpersonal relationship, decrease anxiety, enhance clients' compliance, and result in an optimistic experience for all involved. Therapeutic communication techniques are useful tools for midwives when communicating with their clients, and those techniques include the use of active listening, paraphrasing, reflection, and touch. These techniques are discussed below. Active listening is vital to communicating effectively. It is not simply the act of hearing. The midwife listens actively while attending to the client, hearing what is being said and communicating back to the client that the midwife has heard the client's message. Active listening involves all of the midwife's sense. It takes an incredible amount of energy, focus, and self-discipline, as well as seeing and filtering out internal and external factors and barriers that may impede communications. From building a trusting relationship at the first appointment with clients through to the birth and the postpartum visits, midwives will encounter many situations in which they will need effective communication tools in their repertoire and the skills to utilize them. Midwives will also use these tools with clients' families, colleagues, other professionals, students, and others. Paraphrasing is a response strategy to active listening designed to help the client elaborate more on the content of a verbal message. Through paraphrasing, the midwife sends feedback that lets others know whether his or her messages were understood. If the meaning has changed, through paraphrasing, communication may become ineffective. Reflection is a technique used during active listening to turn around a question to obtain a response from the client. Coaching client to answer the question past answered by the client help them to accept their own ideas and feelings regarding an important event. Touch is another powerful tool for communication. Touch can be used to soothe comfort and establish rapport and a therapeutic bond between a midwife and client. When a client is admitted in emergency department, midwife may not have sufficient time to talk on the bed, but the holding of hand could communicate a lot more than words to the client in such a minute. Therapeutic communication can assist midwife to achieve many goals like assess the client's awareness of the problem as it gives details of the client's thoughts and feelings about the situation and identify the most important client concern at that moment. To have effective therapeutic communication, the midwife has to consider rapport, trust, respect, and also empathy. Rapport implies special feelings during discussion on the part of both the client and the midwife based on acceptance, warmth, friendliness, a sense of trust, and a non-judgmental attitude. Trust is very important to carry on the communication. If client does have faith on the midwife, then he or she might not share all information that can be very important and supportive to treat that client and plan nursing care for him or her. It is vital for midwife to convey an atmosphere of honesty which requires he or she possess a sense of self-confidence. Empathy is a process in which an individual is able to see beyond outward behavior and sense accurately another's inner experience at the given point in time. With empathy, the midwife can accurately distinguish and understand the meaning and importance of the client's thoughts and feelings. To conclude, communication is an active two-way circular method in which all type of information is shared between two or more people. Therapeutic communication is one of the most valuable tools that midwives have to use to build rapport and trust. This means that the midwives let the client to feel safe enough to share information with them. The concept of therapeutic communication has been clearly discussed, that it is important in caring for clients in contemporary midwifery practice. By using therapeutic communication techniques to assist with relationship development, this helps the midwife to focus on the client's concerns.